Let's take one example on convolution sum. Find convolution of two sequences x of n and h of n, where x of n is equal to alpha power n u of n, where alpha is in between 0 and 1, and h of n is equal to u of n. So here we can observe that x of n is equal to alpha power n and h of n is u of n. So here both x of n and h of n are infinite sequences. So both are infinite sequences. We are supposed to perform a convolution between two infinite sequences. So here we can observe that x of n is equal to alpha power n and u of n. Alpha power n is exponential signal. When alpha value is in between 0 and 1, it means that it gives exponentially decaying signal. When it is multiplied with u of n, we'll get x of n signal. First we'll draw alpha of n signal. So as I said, it's a exponentially decaying signal. Assume that it has begun from minus infinity. So it looks like this. So this is alpha power n signal. We know that alpha power n signal is multiplied with u of n signal. Let this be u of n signal, and this is time axis n. We know that u of n is nothing but unit step signal, that is discrete unit step signal. Its value is 1 if n is greater than or equal to 0, and its value is 0 when n is less than 0. Therefore it begins at n equal to 0 and its amplitude is always 1, and its amplitude is always 1. So this is u of n signal. This will be continued till infinity. Now if we multiply alpha of n signal with u of n signal, we will get x of n signal. Let this be x of n signal, and this is time axis n. Here we can observe that alpha of n value, when n is less than 0, it exists for n less than 0. But here u of n does not exist for n less than 0. So its value is 0 from minus infinity to n equal to 0. Its value is 0, whereas it has got some value. So when we multiply this signal with this signal, the resultant will be 0. It means that in x of n, for n less than 0, the value is 0. Thus it exists only for n greater than or equal to 0. So now when we multiply x alpha of n signal with u of n signal, as u of n signal amplitude is 1, we'll get the same signal, which is alpha power n. Let's draw x. Now we can say that x of n is equal to alpha power n dot u of n. Looks like this. So at n equal to 0, anything raised to 0 is 1. So at n equal to 0, the maximum amplitude will be 1. Show here. The maximum amplitude is 1. So this I can call it as alpha power 0. Say this is alpha power 1. Say this is alpha power 2. This is alpha power 3. So we'll get the signal like this. It will be continued. This is alpha power 4 and so on. So this is the required x of n signal, which is exponentially decaying. Now let's plot h of n signal. So here h of n is equal to unit impulse signal, that is u of n, that is same as this signal. Therefore let this be h of n signal, which is equal to u of n. It means that u of n is defined only for n greater than or equal to 0. So its amplitude is 1. So this is h of n signal. Now we are supposed to perform the convolution between x of n this signal and this signal. The convolution between two sequences is obtained by using the formula y of n is equal to summation k varies from minus infinity to infinity x of k h of n minus k. So now we supposed to plot x of k and h of n minus k signals. Here we have x of n signal. X of k signal will be obtained by just replacing n by k. Therefore, if I consider this as x of k, then definitely this will be the k. K will be the variable now. Now x of n is same as x of k is same as x of n. That is at n equal to 0, its amplitude is 1. Then it will be alpha power 0, then it will be at n equal to 1, at n equal to 2, at n equal to 3, at n equal to 4, n equal to 5, and so on. Say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is x of k signal. H of k signal will be obtained from h of n just by replacing n by k. When it is h of k, then the variable time axis will be k. So this is amplitude 1 at 0, at 1 amplitude is 1, at 2 amplitude is 1, at 3 amplitude is 1, at 4 amplitude is 1, and so on. This is h of k signal. Now let's plot h of n minus k signal. H of n minus k signal is derived from h of k by reflecting h of k. That is, let this be h of n minus k, which is obtained by reflecting h of k. That is, at n equal to 0, its value is 1. Now at n equal to minus 1, this signal will appear. That is this one. At n equal to minus 2, this is at n equal to minus 3. Say this is n equal to minus 4, and it will continue till infinity. This is h of n minus k signal. Here also the variable is k. Now here we can say that at k equal to 0, that is n minus k value is 0 at this point. It means that n is equal to k, or k is equal to n. So we can say that at this point the value of k is equal to n. So now this signal has continued till minus infinity. So minus infinity will be the lower limit, and this n will be the upper limit for h of n minus k signal. Now for understanding purpose, I will plot h of minus 1 minus k signal. As we know, here n value is less than 0, that is n value is minus 1. In that case, h of n minus k will be shifted towards left by 1 position. That is, h of minus 1 minus k can be obtained by shifting this h of n minus k towards left by 1 unit. So now if I shift this signal towards left, say this will be 0, this will be minus 1, this will be minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and so on. So now the signal will begin from n k equal to minus 1. So this will be continued till infinity. Now we can observe that the value of this is n. That is upper limit, which is n. Now we'll try to plot h of 1 minus k. So h of 1 minus k can be obtained by shifting h of n minus k towards right by 1 unit, because here now n is equal to 1, which is positive value. So we supposed to shift this h of n minus k towards right by 1 unit as n is equal to 1. So now I can represent it as say 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 unit, it will start from here. Rest all samples will appear as it is. say this is 0, -1, -2, -3, and so on. So here we can observe that the value of n is here now. Now let's see, what if n value is greater than 0? Suppose n value is greater than 0, it means that we know that this is the 0 origin and this axis is k. Now if we consider n value is greater than 0, it means that somewhere this signal h of n minus k, we supposed to shift this h of n minus k signal towards right, because this point is 0, n is greater than 0 means we supposed to shift this h of n minus k towards right. So assume that I will shift this h of n minus k towards right. So I can represent it as, so now we can say that the value of this n is this one, and there will be many more points here, and this will be continued till infinity. This is h of n minus k signal when n is greater than 0. That is, h of n minus k will be shifted towards right, and this point will be n. Now let's see, what if n value is less than 0? So now the n point is 0 here. If n is less than 0 means it should be h of n minus k signal should be shifted towards left. So somewhere I will start from here. So now I can say that this is 0 origin, and this point will be n now, which is less than 0. So this signal is h of n minus k when n is less than 0. That is, h of n minus k, here n value is less than 0. It means that we are supposed to shift this signal towards left. Now we'll try to perform the multiplication between x of k and h of n minus k when n is less than 0. That is, if we consider n is less than 0, it means that we are supposed to consider this waveform, and we are supposed to perform the multiplication between x of k and h of n minus k when n is less than 0. Here we can observe that the left of the x of k, there are no any samples, its value is 0, and here there exist some values. It means that there is no overlap between x of k and h of n minus k. Therefore, the multiplication between this part and these values are 0. Therefore, we can say that we can write y of n is equal to x of k h of n minus k is equal to 0. Therefore, y of n is equal to 0 for n is less than 0. Now let's try to calculate y of n value when n value is greater than or equal to 0. Now we'll consider the case 2 where n is greater than or equal to 0. Here we can observe that when n is greater than or equal to 0, then all the samples of h of n minus k which lies between 0 to n will be multiplied with x of k. Therefore, we can say that y of n is equal to summation k vary from 0 to n x of k dot h of n minus k. That is summation k is equal to 0 to n. Here x of k value is nothing but alpha power k, that is alpha power k, and h of n minus k value is 1, that is step signal. So that is, these all samples which lies between 0 to n will multiply with x of k. Therefore, using finite sum formula, we can simplify this as 1 minus alpha power n plus 1 divided by 1 minus alpha. So this is y of n. So therefore, now we can write y of n is equal to 1 minus alpha power n plus 1 divided by 1 minus alpha if n is greater than or equal to 0 and its value is 0 if n is less than 0. Now if we try to plot y of n signal, it will be continued like this, and for the amplitude 1 upon 1 minus alpha, it will become constant. This is the y of n signal, which is y of n signal, which is convolution between given x of n and h of n. Thank you for watching.